Hello everyone. This is Nikki Gangemi and it is Monday and we have our mindset and manifestation talk. So I'm super excited to dive into today, which is one of the things that could be standing in your way of making or creating the money that you want. So if you're on the live, say hi, let me know that you are here. And if you're on the replay, hashtag replay. So what do you think it is? What do you think might be the one thing that is preventing you from making the amount of money that you want? Drop it in the box and let me know what you think it is. My opinion, and it's a really simple one, but I feel that the number one thing that stands in our way is ourselves. It's you, and it is the story that you have about money. So what is your story about money? What are the things that you think to yourself when it comes to the topic of money? I would love to know what you feel. I can share mine. I mean, earlier on, if we go back, some years ago, there was some fear around money. And the biggest fear around money was that it would compromise my health, because I thought that they were linked. I always thought that money and health were linked. And I thought that I could only have one or the other. So if I had good health, that I should be thankful that at least I had my health. And that if I made too much money, more than I was comfortable with, my health might be compromised. So that was one thing that kind of kept me just making the same amount of money, no matter how hard I worked. So I would love to know what that is for you, and I'll go back and introduce myself. For those of you who are not familiar with me yet, I'm Nikki Gangemi, and I help online coaches shift their identity to thriving entrepreneur and build an online presence so they can make more money and impact doing what they love. And today is all about identifying what your money story is so that you can change it. And here's the thing. Once you change how you think about money, once you release any fears that you have, any stories that you have bought into over the years, that's when you're going to begin to start to notice more money coming your way. So if this is making sense to you and you are understanding what I'm saying, let me know in the comments so I know that you're with me. So what is your money story? I shared with you a money story that I had, and that was just one, because here's the thing, guys, we've got a bunch of little stories around money. So what are those for you? So the first thing is to identify what is your money story, and really just kind of get present to what that is, because a lot of times we're not aware of it, because we function on autopilot and we just move throughout our day, and we keep our focus on how am I going to make this money and where is it coming in, and it likely leads to some negative feelings that we have about it. And that's the next thing. Well, what do you find yourself saying most often about money? It's like paying attention to what is the story that you're saying to yourself, and what is the story that you're saying to other people? How many times do you find yourself saying that you can't afford something? And I say it too. I find myself saying it all the time. I recently said it, actually, but the truth is it that you can't afford it? Or is it that you don't choose to spend your money on that particular thing at that moment in time? And that's a much more empowering place to be, to just say, I just choose not to spend my money on that right now, instead of saying I can't afford it. So it's really paying attention to the words that you're using, because those words carry weight. And you're putting it out there into the universe, and they're causing you to feel a certain way. I mean, how does it feel for you to say, I can't afford that? And just get present to that for a moment and just notice, how does it feel in your body when you say that? And then what's the next thought that's linked to that one? Because we have one thought and then a similar thought like it matches it. and then another thought matches it, and before you know it, you're weaving together all of these similar thoughts, and suddenly you're caught up in a story of I can't afford it, right? Or some kind of scarcity around money, which then makes you have a lack of it. So you see how it's all related. So what we want to do instead is just to become mindful of what are we saying to ourselves and to others about money, and then consciously choosing to tell a different story. So like I said, it's not that I can't afford it, it's that I choose not to spend my money on this right now, or I'm choosing to invest in this right now, or to buy this right now. And it's just a matter of preference, right? It's like when you go into a buffet, you know, and there are so many things to choose from to eat, and you're not gonna eat all of them. You're gonna walk up to the counter. You're gonna say, well, what do I prefer to eat today? So it's a matter of choice and preference rather than that you can't. You know, do you see a difference? Do you feel how that even feels different for you? And then the next thing you want to do is think about how do you predominantly feel towards money? What's the predominant feeling that you have? Do you feel that there's a lack of it, or that it's being taken away? Or do you feel that there's an abundant supply, that there's a free flow of money? You know, how do you feel? Hi, Michelle, you are on. She's saying, I find a lot of women say they can't afford something because they don't want to hurt feelings. True. When they'd rather, When they'd rather say no to something. Yes. I just touched something. There we go. Totally true. Yeah, we say that, you know, we can't afford something, but you're right. It's because we really don't want to use our money on that, and we don't want to hurt the person's feelings. And I totally agree with you, Michelle. And then this is just something to be aware of, that the next time you find that you want to say that you can't afford something, to instead just be aware of it, you know, because it's just like a habit, that it's just something that we say, and then just say, you know, I'm choosing to spend my money on something else at the time, or this is not the right thing for me at this time, or thanks, but you know, I have other plans, you know, for how I want to spend my money, or however you want to say it that feels good to you. Hi, Lawrence. Lawrence is saying, yes, sometimes we don't see we can afford it, but the reality is we always can. Yes, we always can. If you notice, people always find a way to get money for what they want. It's just priorities, you know, and I am not saying not to be financially responsible and just to go start spending a whole bunch of money that you don't have and put it on your credit cards. That is not what I'm saying at all. What I am proposing is that we just be mindful of the story that we have around money, the words that we use when we speak of money, and the predominant feelings that we have about money. Because what we want to do is get to a place that when we think about money, that there's no charge. There's no like emotional charge or any kind of a trigger where we go into any kind of fears or anything like that. Because what that does is it just cuts us off from any kind of opportunity that is available to us. I had a student, and she had this fear around money. And part of the fear was fear of failing. Another fear was fear of criticism, getting criticized by, you know, potential clients that she was putting herself out to. And then also fear of not meeting her own high expectations. I mean, who here has really high expectations of themselves? I do. Who has really high standards? And that's another fear, that we're not going to live up to our own expectations. So if we don't like 100% put ourselves out there, you know, fully, then we can't fail, right? So these are all fears. So we say that we can't afford something, but really sometimes it's just raising my hand, Lawrence. Yes, totally. But it's just the story, you know. And how do we even become aware? The first step is to recognize that you're caught up in a story and then detach yourself from it. So when I worked with this one student through this, and she came to separate herself from the story, that these were just old thought patterns that she was having, that there was really nothing to be afraid of, and this criticism and everything, that she thought it was really just imagined in her mind. And once she was able to get out of the story, kind of like, separate herself from it, she had pretty immediate results. She ended up signing a premium client. Now, is that someone who is being criticized and doesn't know what she's talking about? Someone who's signing a premium client? No. But she got out of her own way. That's what was standing between her and the money that she wanted to make. It was herself and her story. So she signed the premium client, and she also signed a book contract. So she's in the process of working on a book. So so many good things can open up, and even just the motivation that you get. Sometimes you just need a little win of some kind, and that's enough to give you that it revitalizes you. It gives you that energy. And then even ideas, because your mind just opens up, and it's like all of a sudden you think of something that you might not have thought of before, and that idea can lead you to making money in a way that you didn't see how. So that's another thing. It's like adopting the money story, that there are an abundance of ways to make money, and I'm excited to see how it is going to flow my way. Because it can come in so many ways, and not just in physical money. That's another thing, not just in the physical, the dollar bills, or the credit line that you have. Can you start to see everything leading you to money? And I've said this before, even if it's that you went to the store and you saved something, there was a coupon or something was on sale, an item was on sale, and you saved money off your order. And then being thankful for that and celebrating that, because that's money in your pocket. That's money in your bank account that you didn't have before. So did you make money in the form of a client or a sale? No, but you still made money. Right? And the more we can start to look at all of these different ways as ways that we are making money, we start to ride that wave of momentum. We start putting our eyes wide open and looking at all the different ways that money can come, and then it does. Lawrence is saying a few things happened to me once I embraced that, right? Yes, that's awesome. And another thing I want to say, that, and I'm not saying that you did this, Lawrence, but I noticed that I have discounted things before in the past when they were small. Even if a penny came my way, even if I opened up my car door and I stepped down and there was a penny on the parking lot, at one time I discounted that. Oh, it's just a penny. But I'm discounting money. That's what the energy that I'm putting out there into the universe. So when you can start embracing all of it, whether it's a penny on the ground or a coupon or an item that was on sale. Hi, Victory. Happy to have you here. Lawrence is saying a friend who is a health coach, just invited me to her high-end program, $7,000 for free. Wow. So I'm not discounting money anymore. Look at that. See? And even something like that, Lawrence, that's money coming your way, because that was $7,000 that didn't have to go out of your pocket, but you're receiving the value for free. So that's something to write down. I keep a money journal, and I write down all the ways that money's coming to me. And every day I am writing something, because the focus is on things like that. It doesn't just have to be a sale. Yes, it's $7,000. That's a lot of money that came your way. That, you got to celebrate, have a party. That's awesome. I was wowed right after the challenge. See that? Isn't that amazing? And we weren't even, here's the fun thing, that challenge was not about money. That challenge was getting clear on who you serve and how you help. But we also had fun along the way. And if you can allow yourself to have more fun, just getting into that energy, that alone can open you up to money, as you saw. So that's the thing. So can we have our money story? Can it be? Can it have more flair? Can it have more fun? You know. And if you can start playing around with that, you'll see how the money comes in. And when it starts to come in little ways, like you received a program for free, celebrate, because that's still money coming your way, right? So yeah, I hope that this is making sense, and that's what I wanted to share, like just becoming mindful of your money story, what you say about money, what you say to yourself in private, in your mind, what you say to other people, and then how you predominantly feel about money. Start noticing how you feel when you hand over your credit card to pay something, or when you get a bill in the mail. You know, what do you feel, and what are the thoughts that are going on in your mind? Yes, you are very unique in your message when you link money to fun. So thanks. You're welcome, Lawrence. Yeah, it was something that I learned too, you know, because money was not something fun at one time. Money was heavy. That's how it felt. You know, whenever I thought of money, I thought of having to pay bills and taxes and all these like non-fun things. But once you start opening up to that and getting into the spirit of play, you know, that's the playground that you want to kind of play in for a little while. So while we're talking about money, I want to tell you about a Creating Money coaching program that I have coming up. The doors are opening soon, a couple of weeks, Thursday, October 24th. This is going to be round 2 of this program, and fun is something that we have with this. So this is the Creating Money Coaching Program 2.0, and if you want to check out more info about what this is, you can go to Nikki Ganjemi, so my name, nikkiganjemi.com/creating money. And you can learn more about this great program. What we're going to do during our 6 weeks together, and this is a group coaching program, it is live, so we meet via Zoom, we can all see each other, is we're going to uncover what is really preventing you from making more money. And I talked a little bit about that today, you and your story, but there are so many beliefs that we have that are hidden, that we don't even realize. So we're going to kind of take a deep dive into that and see what are some of those things that are coming up so that we can remove them. Like those are like the obstacles that are in our way from making the money that we want. We're also going to change your entire money story because it needs to get changed so that you can start selling your products and your services. You can start signing those premium clients because you can. Just as soon as you start believing, just as soon as you start showing up that way, and we're going to open up to new ideas and new ways of making money because who knows? Who knows how you can make money? Lawrence is saying, yes, beliefs we don't realize for sure. I am clueless. Well, I think you do have an idea, Lawrence, but the thing is, when we're so wrapped up in our story, when we're so in it, we don't have the vantage point like others have. You know, like I said, it's like when you're talking to a friend and you're able to give your friend advice because you could see that she's going in the wrong direction. You know, you seem to have all the answers because you're removed, so it's clear. You know, but when it comes to us and we're in our own head, there's just things we don't see. You know, there's still things that I don't see that it takes a friend or a mentor to point out to me, and it's like, oh, wow, another one uncovered, you know. And just when you think you learned something, it's like peeling the skin of an onion, there's always another layer. But then how can you embrace that and be thankful for it so that you can continue to uncover and move forward, you know, rather than getting into the criticism and the blame and, oh my God, how much more stuff do I have, you know? So we're going to have a lot of fun with this. It's all really about, you know, opening you up to the abundance of money, because the truth is there is plenty of money out there to be made for you to create, and how can we start manifesting that? So this is a fun one. We also have a lot of manifestation tools that I introduce you to. I teach you how to use them so that you can continue to use them again and again. So I have more information at nikkiganjemi.com/creating money, and I would love for you to check it out. Any questions you have, you ask and let me know. And thanks for interacting with me, you guys. I don't see any more comments, but this was a lot of fun, and I'm going to see you again on Thursday for Transform Your Business. So have a fabulous day. What day are we on? Monday. Yes. Have a fabulous Monday, and I will see you all again on Thursday. Thanks for playing along, everybody. Have a great one. Bye-bye.